Right, so this section is looking at solving for y, and then once you finish solving the equation for y, you then graph it. So let's take a look at 1 right now. So let's say it's 4x minus 3y equal to 12. Okay. So here's my linear equation, and I want to solve this equation for y. Alright, so I want y by itself, basically, is what I'm saying. I want to get rid of the 4x, put that to the right, and then also get rid of the negative 3. So basically what I'm doing is I am creating a new form, creating the y equal to mx plus b form, which is the slope-intercept form. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing a lot down the road anyway, so it would be wise to really pay attention to this and ask any questions that you might have on this. So of course we still need to remember the order of operations, and we do it in reverse because we don't know all the numbers in the equation. I don't know what x is, I don't know what y is, so I don't know. So I have to do everything in reverse, which is called the undoing. So I have to look at the 4x, which is addition, and so I do the opposite of what I see here, which is minus 4x and then minus 4x. I do that to both sides of the equation. This side, of course, is the left side, and then over here is the right side of the equation. So I always have to make sure both of what I'm changing is on both sides of the equation. So now I have negative 3y, and then I have negative 4x plus 12. I can't combine these because x is with the 4 and there's no x with the 12, so they're not like terms, so I have to leave it this way. Then the next step is to undo what I see here, and this is multiplication because there's no plus sign or minus sign in between the negative 3 and the y. So this tells me this is multiplication, so the undoing is negative 3. So I'm going to divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. So now I have y equal to a negative divided by negative is positive 4/3 x, and then a positive divided by negative is negative 4. And so here is my final equation. It's now solved in terms of y. So now I need to graph this. And so this one requires a little bit more thinking because we have a fraction here. And so yeah, we could pick any number we want for x, but let's pick numbers that will create the fraction to turn into a whole number. That's what I want. So how about if I at least do 3? Because I see the denominator is 3, and if I multiply by 3, then the denominator on this one will turn to 1, and then I have a whole number. So for example, 4/3, okay, times 3, which is really 3 over 1, minus 4. I see that the 3 divided by 3 turns into 1, and so I get 4 minus 4, which is 0. So now I have a point. Now I'll do another one. Definitely my next one is 0, because 0 makes everything go to 0 and easy to calculate. So 4/3 multiply by 0 minus 4. So that tells me I should get negative 4. And then I might as well, since the 3 worked, why not just do negative 3, because it's the same number, just opposite sign. So that means I got y equal to 4/3 times negative 3 over 1 minus 4. The 3's cancel to give me negative 1. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4, and negative 4 is negative 8. So now I have my 3 points. So now I can graph that. Right? So I graph these. So I set it all up. Negative down there. Alright, so I'm going to plot 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, and then negative 4, so 0, negative 4. Okay, and then we have negative 3, and that goes down to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So we have negative 8, so it's down here. And I can see that they're lined up, so I draw a line through them, okay, as best I can. computer does a better job because you have graph paper and everything. I don't have graph paper with me on my tablet. But here again is how you go about solving for y and then coming up with values that make the fraction go away if there's a fraction, so that we have whole numbers instead, so that it's much easier to plot. If you do choose numbers and you don't think about them, you're going to get some fractions for your y's, and it's not going to graph very well on the computer online. And you're going to get real frustrated because you can't plot those points very easily. So the wise idea is to think of numbers that eliminate the fraction so that you get nice numbers to graph.